Hey guys, it's Sarah Milner, your Team Beachbody coach and NCCPT personal trainer. I just put the kids to bed and it's Sunday night, and sometimes when I shut their door I go, ooh, goody, like I get to have something to eat without my seagulls flying at me. So I have, what I've been saying is countdown to Cancun, because in a couple weeks we're going to be leaving for Cancun. I'm going to have to get in a bathing suit and shorts and all that fun stuff. And I don't care who you are, what size you are. The first time you put on a bathing suit or the first time you put shorts out, first you feel whiter than white. And second, it's just that transition. It's really tough. For me it is, at least. It's like you're not yet comfortable in your shorts. And so I'm trying to be careful about what I eat at night, but I wanted to talk about, I wanted something sweet. So this is a chocolate bar. It's actually like, look, boom. So I usually buy organic dark chocolate, but I couldn't find it when I went shopping the other day. But I want to tell you why this chocolate is better than any other kind. First, when you eat dark chocolate, it's actually good for you. Now, you can't shove a Snickers dark chocolate in your mouth and be like, well, Sarah said it's good for me. That's not how it works. The higher, it's actually pronounced cacao, but the higher the cocoa count, bloop, the lower the sugar. So I try to aim for 85 and above. So why? Okay, when you eat dark chocolate and the higher cocoa count, it's lower sugar. So you're not going to have that spike in blood sugar so much. And you have to remember, anything that has 5 grams of sugar in it or more will begin to spike that blood sugar. So look at your snacks at night. Look at your, especially if you have a sweet tooth. Just be aware. I mean, if it has 6 grams, or you're like, no, I can't do it. Just be aware of it. So when you turn this bar around, you have to, what do we do first? Serving size, always. Because especially with like juices, I always tell people, I'm not a big juice person, but if you turn that around, half the time you're drinking one of those single serves, it's for 2 servings. And I don't know how many people do this, but this bar is actually 3 ounces. I already ate a row. That's why I decided to do a video, but that's all I ate. That's all I'm going to eat. So it's a good amount. So half of this, how would you even do that? Because now it's uneven. It's 5. You'd have to like, burp, burp, burp. Well, I'm not telling you to eat half of it, okay? So I'm not eating half, you don't eat half. So half of this is a serving. The serving is 210 calories, not god awful, and only 5 grams of sugar. 5 grams of sugar in half of a chocolate bar, unheard of. Look at the fiber, 4 grams of fiber. Am I covering it with my finger? 4 grams of fiber. So no, it's actually 6 grams of fiber. I was wrong. Protein, 4 grams. Sorry about that. So the total carbohydrates are 17. The fiber is 6. So really you want to look at the carbohydrate as 11. You just take 17 minus 6. That's really the digestible carbs. So 11. So if you're one of those, like, try to watch your carbohydrates. I'm not a, don't eat carbohydrate kind of person, but I know a lot of people follow that. And the sugar's only 5. And I'm being honest. Could I eat this whole bad boy? Sure. But that one row, it's satisfied. I broke it off. I ate it. I enjoyed it. I didn't shove it in my mouth, because I am a shover, because half the time that I'm eating, I feel like I'm on to the next thing. So I'm really trying to focus on what I'm eating at the time that I'm eating it, so I don't go, oh no, where's my food? Oh, I ate it. So when you look for chocolate, it might be a big transition for you, because a lot of chocolate is milk chocolate, and that's pretty much straight up sugar. So if you can go for at least 70 or above, I know Ghirardelli, I never know how to say it, has chocolate chips that are 60% cacao count. Again, it's the cocoa in it. Those are the chocolate chips I buy if I'm making chocolate chip cookies for the kids. It's just a higher. And I actually cut the sugar in my chocolate chip cookies, because let's be honest, if you're biting into chocolate, it's sweet enough. So try it next time. I think it calls for 3/4 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I just use a total of 3/4 of a cup. That's what I do. So I just take a little bit. Sometimes I don't even add brown sugar. It just really just changes the color. I'm tangenting. So when you're looking for something sweet at night, you could have this with a cup of tea, and it will satisfy that sweet craving, and it's not going to hurt you. That's what I'm talking about. The dark chocolate is something that is actually very good for you. It gives me that little sweetness. There's nothing funky in this as I'm reading it right now. It's a great brand. but I usually buy the organic. They just didn't have it. So that's my spiel. So I want you guys to make sure that, as much as we're, low fat, low this, low that, I don't want you to worry about that. What I want you to do is when you see a product, I want you to turn it around. I want you to look at the serving size. I want you to look at the calories. I want you to know what you're putting in your body. Do I count calories? I don't. I want you to look at the carbohydrates and the fiber, because something might have 32 grams of carbohydrates in it and 1 gram of fiber. I mean, that's nothing. Look at the sugar. And then most importantly, look at the ingredients. If you don't know what it is, guess what? Go on Google and look it up. Try to stay away from so much of the artificial stuff. If you can't pronounce it, if you don't know what it is, educate yourself. Don't rely on the marketing of a product to tell you what's really in it. Because let me tell you, whole grain goldfish are not better than regular goldfish. It's just marketed that way. It's still processed junk that you shouldn't keep in the house. Because let's be honest, the decision that you make on what you're going to eat should not be in your cupboard, and it should not be in your fridge. It should be at the grocery store. You decide what you put in that cart. I was in church today, biting my tongue, and I get treats. I get it, guys. I'm so passionate about helping people. It's not a judgment thing for me. It's about, hey, did you know if you could do this over this, what could happen? So this little boy in front of us was screaming his head off, and he was so upset. And the mom gave him, I think it was like Fruit Loops fruit snacks. And I was like, like it was twitching, you know me. So then he ate it. 2 minutes later, screaming again. She gave him another one. And I just thought, like, his blood sugar is just going all over the place. And I want to say to her, hey, there's so much I want to say to people just to help them to know you don't have to do fruit snacks. Like, sometimes I really think that parents look at stuff and think, well, that's kid food. Well, it's for the kids. Why can't they have it? You need to feed them the way you fed them when they were babies. Think about all the baby food. I didn't buy baby food. I made it. Or not even really made it. It's just if we were having, squash or whatever, we'd just smash it up and give it to the baby. If we were having bananas, smash it up. I'd buy the big thing of the organic applesauce and give them that. Like, I don't buy baby food. But think about baby food. They don't really have mashed potatoes. They have sweet potatoes. If you look back at their diet, then it's all of a sudden once they start chewing, we start giving them all this junk. So try to go back and really think about the snacks that you're giving your kids too. This is a great treat for a kid. I break it off and I put it in their lunch and they absolutely love it. So I hope you guys have a happy, healthy day. Please share my page. You have the opportunity of winning a $25 gift card to Target and a Shakeology sample. I'm doing the drawing on April 1st. No Fool's Day or anything. It's for the end of the month. So if you share my page, please comment that you shared it because of privacy reasons and settings. I can't always see who shares my page. So I hope you guys have a happy, healthy day and have a great night.